2.6 million followers, couldn't sell 36 t-shirts. That's because Instagram is not a lottery ticket, it's a machine. Today, we're going to go over 5 daily habits that you can implement right now to make that machine start printing money.
Most people treat Instagram like a slot machine. Post something, pull the lever, hope today's the day that it rains money.
Instead, silence. Maybe a pity like from your mom or a random DM that goes nowhere.
And it's frustrating, right? You're posting, you're showing up, you're doing stuff, but it's not turning into actual money in your business. That's because Instagram isn't a lottery ticket. It is a machine. And like any machine, if you don't know the actions that make it work, it just eats your time instead of printing money.
In this video, we're going to break down the 5 daily habits that take Instagram from being a time-wasting hobby to being the most consistent money machine in your business.
And stick with me because in habit number 4, you'll see how a single bad Amazon review killed $50,000 a month in sales overnight. Followers don't pay bills, sales do. Okay, you don't need a bigger audience. You need a better system.
And if Instagram feels like shouting into the void, you're about to find out why. So let's start here, because this is where almost everybody gets it wrong.
You're posting, but your content is getting likes at best and nothing at worst. But either way, it's not getting sales. And there's a huge difference between likes and money. The real first question to ask is not, how do I get more people to engage? It's, would my dream client actually stop scrolling for this? So let's get into the first habit, because if you miss this, nothing else we are going to show you will even matter.
Habit number 1, post content that makes people feel understood, not just get liked. Ask yourself, would my dream client stop scrolling for this?
Likes do not equal sales. Let me show you why. So about a year ago, I started treating content creation like just another task in my business. I used to prioritize it. And then I got really, really comfortable with it. So then I started half-assing it, and I had coaching. I was creating courses. I was doing all these things. And so content creation was just another task that I had to check off the list and think, okay, good. It's posted. Cool. Good to know. We're done for the day. And sales dropped significantly. And I realized it's because I had not been prioritizing my content like I had before. So I spent an extra 10 minutes a day really being intentional with it, really focusing in on the messaging and thinking to myself before I posted, would my dream client stop scrolling for this? And if the answer was no, I would modify it and fix it to where the answer was always yes before I posted it. And sales picked right back up.
So back in 2019, there was a 19-year-old influencer. Her name was Ari. She had 2.6 million followers. Lots of engagement, lots of likes. She decided, all right, I've got all these eyes on my stuff. People are engaging. It's time to start a business, time to monetize. So she launched a clothing line, and she started with t-shirts. And when you're printing t-shirts, a lot of the time there's a minimum order. And her minimum order in order to get any shirts made at all was 36 shirts. But she launches it to her audience of nearly 3 million people. Can't even sell 36 shirts to get a single one printed. And it's because she had no trust, no authority. Her audience had no buying intent. She had no offer design, no positioning. Just an assumption that eyes and engagement equals sales. It doesn't. Now we compare that to other people that we know who have videos that have not even 400 views that directly have resulted in over $100,000 in sales because it's the right content, the right words, getting in front of the right people. If your dream client wouldn't stop scrolling for it, it's just noise. So here's some action items that you can do right now.
Write down 3 problems your dream client has complained about this week. Then post a story saying, can we talk about this problem? Because I see this everywhere. Or you can screenshot a common question from your DMs and repost it with, this question comes up daily. Here's a real answer.
But even if you get this part right and your content connects, here's the truth. Talking to the right people the wrong way will still keep you broke. Which takes us to habit number 2. The next thing we want to do is start conversations with your ideal clients. What we want to do is we want to make sales as a byproduct of helping people. The number one goal is not to sell, sell, sell. Number one goal is to help real people solve real problems. And especially if you haven't made sales yet, the biggest shortcut to not having a know-like trust factor with people where they already view you as an authority and want what you have is to just talk to people. People are craving that right now, especially as AI gets more prominent all over the place. So a really quick shortcut is just reach out to a real person like you're a real person. Because the truth is, conversations lead to conversions. There's a lot of people, they don't actually need more traffic. They just need more talking.
So something that you can do is comment on 5 posts from your ideal client, asking genuine questions that make them feel like replying. You're not selling to them, okay? You're just asking them questions. Post an Instagram story right now with a result that you got for yourself or someone else. And then have a direct call to action that asks them to comment if they want to see how they can do the same thing.
So in the next habit, we're going to show you how sales happen without feeling salesy at all.
You need to talk about your offer every single day. You would not believe how many times I have seen people post about their offer maybe once. And then they're like, I don't really talk about this a lot, but I have this, just in case you guys were curious. I'm like, you are not going to make money that way, okay? You need to talk about it so much that if you think you've said it way too much, you've probably said it half as much as you actually should, okay? Most entrepreneurs think they are making offers, but they're actually just posting content. If nobody knows how to buy from you, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. If you are not posting about your offer every single day and you are just posting value without a plan, you are running an online charity, okay? If you have no offer, you have no oxygen, okay? Businesses don't die from lack of likes on Instagram. They die from lack of people buying their offer, okay? So here's a quick tip. Change your Instagram bio. We call this our I help statement. I help dream client, who is your dream client, get specific result, okay? So for example, I help experts own their shit and start converting content into sales, okay? That's my bio right now. And then you need to end with a very clear call to action about what they're going to get when they click the link in your bio, okay? So for example, mine right now says, your first 5K starts here, right? With a little arrow pointing down at the link. Go back to your last month of conversations and restart the conversation. Check in with them and ask them, would you want help with this? You will be shocked at how many people say yes, okay? If you can talk about your offer, you can sell your offer. But here's the thing, nobody believes you just because you made the offer. And that's why habit number 4 is a deal maker or a deal breaker.
The next part is about showing results and proof. And, like it may have sounded, there's 2 parts to that. Results are the actual outcome. Most of the time, if I ask people about, hey, what's your offer? What do you sell? They immediately start listing deliverables. You get 3 workouts and a custom meal plan every week. No. Outcome is you'll have visible abs in 90 days. Now, how do you get that? Maybe it's 3 workouts and a custom meal plan every week, but people don't care how you're delivering something as long as the thing works. What they want is the outcome. People don't want 3 workouts. They don't want a custom meal plan. They want what those things are going to get them. Another example would be somebody might say, you're going to get 3 sleep meditation recordings. But instead, what we would say is, within 2 weeks, you're going to be able to get to sleep within 10 minutes of laying down. So results are the actual outcome. Proof makes it believable. So the most common example of that we've all seen a million times, Amazon reviews are proof. Have you ever gone to Amazon to look at reviews for things that you're looking at in a store that you're about to buy in person? I do it all the time. And to give you an example of how important this is, I started a brand called Supernatural Goods, and we had an organic deodorant stick that actually worked, like one of the very first ones that did that. It was before any of the big brands figured out how to do it, before any of the big brands bought a smaller brand of somebody who figured out how to do it, and was making between $200,000 and $300,000 a month selling these deodorant sticks. But I had all 5 stars shaded in. The reviews were untouchable by anybody else. We were outselling the major brands on Amazon, even ones that were priced 2, even 3 or 4 times lower than our premium price product. And here's the thing. One review happened one day that was a 1-star review, and instantaneously sales dropped by $50,000 a month. Another example, and this one actually just happened within the past 2 months or so, but a friend of mine is selling a series of children's books on Amazon right now, and they were getting about 5 to 10 sales a day just through Amazon consistently. Not huge, still in the beginning stages, but I mean, it was an extra $50 to $100 in sales every single day. They only had 5 reviews, but they were all 4 and 5 stars. They got a 1-star review, and that cut their 5, it was either 4.5 or 5 stars shaded in, all the way down to maybe 2.5 stars, maybe 3 tops. But that negative review was highlighted as the top thing. And instantaneously, that day, sales stopped, and then they were only getting 1 to 2 sales over the course of an entire week. So, week before, anywhere from 30 to 70 sales per week. That one bad review went up and sales cut to almost 0. Luckily, now they've done some things that have made it recover, but it's crazy how huge of a difference this makes. And you can see it in real time on the Amazon platform where you've got the direct feedback and immediate sales happening. Same thing happens in digital marketing and social media. You usually just can't see it that directly and that quickly, but it works exactly like that. Another thing that works really super well is video testimonials from people that you have recently helped to get a great result, and they're excited about it right now. And people can see that excitement in their face. They can hear it in their voice. And if you don't have those, we actually talk about how to get those in this video right here. But proof is how you transfer the belief. Results are the outcome and transformation that you deliver to people. The cool thing is, sharing results is proof. So you knock both of them out at the same time. But even proof isn't going to save you if you're keeping score on the wrong things. Habit number 5, track money-making activities. You want to identify and track the needle movers. This is where most people get exposed as hobbyists instead of actual business owners. So there's 2 types of metrics. You have vanity metrics like followers and likes. Then you have business metrics, metrics that actually matter, like how many conversations did you start this week? How many offers did you make this week? How many people did you follow up with? How many calls did you book? How many sales did you make? This is actually why we built the organic marketing performance tracker that people use to track which posts on social media are profitable and actually putting money in your bank account. We've got a link for that down below if you want to check that out. Okay, so let's talk about a business decision versus a personal decision. If it's really important to you for your follower count to go up, for your likes to go up, that might feel good, but unless you are a social media coach or something or other where you are promising people that you are going to increase their engagement or increase the amount of followers they're going to get, it really doesn't matter for you. That's a personal decision, not a business decision. So going back to the photography world, a lot of photographers are super into gear. They want the latest and greatest of everything. And they tell themselves, oh, it's a business expense. I have to get this new camera. I have to get this new thing, the latest version of whatever. Here's the thing. Usually, that's not actually going to make you more money. Some quick wins that you can do right now: write down your needle mover actions that are business decisions that can directly make or save you money. Write them down and then track them each day for a month. An easy example would be if you hung a calendar on the wall and you wrote down how many conversations that you had with your ideal target client every single day. You could take a look at that and then look back at the last month. And let's be honest, how many zeros would you have if you wrote that down for the last month?
But even if you do all of this, if you do not nail this bonus habit we are about to share, none of this will ever pay off. MrBeast uploaded 100 videos before anybody even cared who he was. Consistency is the cheat code. Consistency beats talent when talent doesn't show up. Most people have some talent, but they don't stick around long enough for it to matter. And winners are not the most talented. They are the ones who kept showing up. So something that you can do right now is to start small, start messy, but start today and don't stop.
So which habit are you going to commit to first? Actually, let me stop you right there. All of these steps depend on one thing first, and that's passing the 5-second rule. It's the foundation that all of these things are built on. And if you're missing this one piece, then nothing else is going to work. And we recorded a video that shows you exactly what the 5-second rule is and how to make sure that you can pass it today. Click here to watch.